Hey friend, John MacLennan here, and in this video you're going to learn how to play Boom Boom as recorded by John Lee Hooker on guitar. Now this is a classic blues that has some really cool riffs at the start, and it uses what I call the 1, 4, and 5 in the key of E, following a very common blues progression. I'm going to break the song down for you step by step, so when you're done with this video, you'll get sounding just like the recording. But real quick before we dive in, if you're new here and haven't downloaded my fretboard guide yet, you're going to want to grab this first at the first link down below. And this is going to show you the 5 chords and scales you need to know to map out the entire fretboard. And I used to look down at the guitar neck and feel so confused until I understood what I put on just this one-page PDF. And I want to give it to you completely for free. Just go to johnmaclennan.com/fretboard guide to download it there as my gift to you. All right, well, with that said, let's break it down. Let's break down how to play Boom Boom as recorded by John Lee Hooker on guitar. Now we're going to start off with this opening 8-bar intro. It's got some really cool blues licks in it. Here's what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the vocals come in right there with Boom Boom, the lyrics. So we're starting off here with these great bluesy phrases. Now what I've done is combine sort of the backing parts of the band with what John Lee Hooker is playing. Now what John Lee Hooker actually is playing is just the first part of it. So for example, he'll play and just stop right there, and then the band goes bum 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 bum, and they do that part, and then there's another guitar that plays. So I've sort of combined them like this, just kind of flowing one into the next. So the first lick starts out sliding from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret on the 3rd string. Then we're going to play the open 1st string, then slide back 4 back down to 2, just like how we came up. So then open, then go to the 4th string and play 2, pull off to 0, and then back to 2. Now John does this throughout. He goes, does a little pull off there, and this is coming out of your, E blues or E minor pentatonic scale. It's really great to know that in open position, like those notes there. So that's the first lick. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Then the band goes, and there's another guitar that plays this. 2 on the 4th string, then open 3rd string, then 2nd fret, then back to 2 on the 4th string. So if I put those together, you just continue from one lick into the backing part. So when you finish, you're finishing on that note, then the backing starts on the same note. Da, 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 da. So then we have another lick. Okay, and this lick is very similar. We're going to slide from the 4th fret down to the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, then play open, then 2, 0 with that pull off again, back to 2. So we're coming off this bum bum bum, 1, 2, do 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 do. Then again, da 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 da. So tying that lick in. Then the next lick goes. Now here we're going up higher, we're going to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Then go to open, then 2, 0 on the 3rd string, then the pull off again, 2, 0, 2 on the 4th string. So Okay, so see how it comes out of the backing? Here's the backing. Bum, 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 bum. Then immediately jump up to this lick. So together. Then we go to what's called the 4 chords. So far we've been playing this as like our little riff. The backing band's like da, 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 da. It's a very common blues progression. Then what we do is we do the same thing, but now starting on the note A. So that's going to go like this. Open 5th string, 3rd fret, then open 4th string, then back to the open 5th string. Then we'll slide from 4 down to 2 with the lick that we played as our second lick. So then we finish it with back on E, this little figure starting on E. So if I rewind just the last 4 bars. Then the vocals are in right there, a boom, 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 boom. So here's the whole intro played as one piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. All right, now we start the verse. Now really all this is, when the vocals are happening, is just 3 chords. It's either an E, an A, or a B. Now, instead of playing those chords, though, we're going to play a little riff. We're going to play this for the E chord. Okay, so that's our E riff, which we learned that already. Then when we go to the A, we learned that one too. That one already popped up in the intro. We're going to play. Okay? And then we've got one final one that we haven't learned yet, and that's the B, and that goes like this. Starts on the note B, and then plays the open 4th string, the note D, and then the note E on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, then back to B on the 5th string, 2nd fret. So that's the B. Okay, so just to review, E, A, B. Okay, now in context, we're going to play the E 2 times, and then we're going to go to the A 1 time, and then the E 1 time. So that's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. A boom, 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 boom. 2, 3. Here's the second time. Then go to A. Back to E. Okay, then after that, we go to B 1 time. Then we finish with E 3 times. So then the whole thing starts all over again. So just to recap, E 2 times, A 1 time, E 1 time, B 1 time, then E 3 times. And if you follow that, you're going to line up with the recording. So I'll play that for you, and I want to add one little note. Sometimes I'll add like little open strings, like the way that John Lee Hooker plays this is very like loose and open strings, and you know, just kind of careless and you know, just loose. So the idea would be, notice I might play like open strings before I play one of those riffs, and that's just a little sort of ghost note you can mix in. So here it is, from right where the vocals come in. Boom, 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 boom. Second time on E. Then we go to the A. Then back to the E. Then to the B. Then 3 times on E. All right, then the whole thing goes again. So you may also notice I was just kind of like keeping the strings going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you can add more strums in between just to keep the groove going. If you have, you know, someone singing vocals, obviously that adds to, you you know, filling it out a little bit. Here's what it sounds like one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. A boom, 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 boom. Then we go to the A. Then back to the E. Then take it up to B. Back to E. 2 more times. All right, then after that, after we play this now the second time, it finishes with one final A. We go. And then that leads us in to the guitar solo, which is just a big open vamp on basically just a riff on E that you play for the solos. Play a big solo over E blues, and then from there you come back to the melody and take it out. Now, real quick, wanted to tell you a story. A long time ago, years ago, I actually was on tour in Oregon and just doing a West Coast tour, and I was playing at the Central Oregon Blues Festival, and I got to play with John Lee Hooker Jr., and his band was amazing. I was pretty young at the time, and I remember we ended up playing the gig. There was this festival, and then I got to hang with some of the musicians of his band as well, and there was this after party after the gig, and we ended up playing and hanging out basically all night. I would go to bed at like 4 in the morning, but at one of these jams, I got to play with his backing band as well, and they were an amazing bunch of players. And I just remember the guitar player had a Strat, and he plugged into a Marshall. He had a full stack, and it was crazy. It was so loud that I got up on stage, and I remember it was so loud first in the audience before I went up that I went to the bathroom, and I didn't have earplugs. You know, usually I carry earplugs in my gig bag. I didn't have any, so what you can do is you can go to the bathroom and you can get bath tissue, and you can just get it a little bit, just break off a little piece of it, wad it up, get it a little wet, you know, if you need to, and you can put that in your ear, and it can kind of work as an earplug. Now, obviously, this isn't ideal, but having no other option, this is what I did. But I remember having that in and then going on stage and playing with his band, and it was so loud, the guitar player, it felt like someone was like poking in my ear. Like, it was just so crazy loud, but it was a lot of fun. And that's my story of playing with John Lee Hooker Jr. Hope you enjoyed this video. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to grab the fretboard guide down below. It's really going to help you out with your soloing and understanding how this stuff comes together on the neck. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you in another video real soon.